Shri Om Prabhu to all participants, Paramaguru, Paramaguru, Paramaguru. First of all, I would like to thank to the Facebook staff and family members for providing me the live video opportunity. Today, our topic is Supreme God, serial number 18 in English. According to Sanatana Hindu literature, it is viewed that Lord Buddha reached up to the zero, not above the zero. Since there are 4 stages in the Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Number 1 is awakening stage, which is called Jagrat Avastha in Nepali. The awakening stage shows us outer world through the 5 senses. That means whatever we are seeing, what you are hearing, whatever we are touching, smelling and tasting. So we understand everything because of 5 sense organs. Our ear, skin, eye, nose and tongue. So we have many experience of our thought, our emotion, our attentions, about our moment of clarity, of distraction and dullness. Then in number 3, additionally physical reality by nature has many fluctuations, uncertainties and is ultimately transient. Number 4, the awakened state in which the soul is called as the Vishwa, means world. So, the soul is placed on the gross body. We have already discussed about gross body, subtle body, cause body, Mahakause bodies, Hamsa bodies, Mahamsa bodies, Kaivalya and Param body. So now let's talk about the second, dreaming stage. Dreaming stage means we are sleeping and seeing dream of several types. When we sleep, so there are so many dreams. Who understand the dreams? Taijasa. Taijasa means bright fire. Can understand it. The dream state in which the soul is called as the Taijasa. Number 4, the soul is placed on the subtle body, which is a bundle of feeling, and each feeling is awareness associated with the energy. Number 5, the dream state provides an inner imaginative consciousness that is dramatic and colorful, changes rapidly. Number 6, in dreams we create our own personal reality when it own sense of time and space, but with seemingly little lasting effect on our outer lives. Number 7, ordinarily we take the dream world to be unreal as compared to the reality we give to the waking worlds. Number 8, dreams and astral experience have their own beauty and fascinations. Number 9, although these patterns are meaningless, that means some dreams are okay, comes in reality, some are meaningless. Then it's called dreams. Dream is not always true. Sometimes we have inspiring dream that enrich our waking life. When we say, I have very good dreams today, so my work should be complete. Good. This also happens. Some dreams, we may have disturbed dreams that make us fear the dream states. In dream also we are fighting, we are jumping, we are flying, we are swimming. These are things, dreams. Examining the dream state psychological finds only reflection of urges and trauma of the waking states. Sometimes, whatever we are doing in the daytimes, in dream we see. These are the things. Nowadays, technology is providing us with virtual reality and augmented reality, which are much like dream projection in the waking state. Soon people may prefer this virtual reality, which is somewhere between waking sleep and sleep, as it can better fulfill our dreams and wishes, but with a stronger connection to physical reality than the dream state. Such miracle of technology are now bordering on the occult. If we are not in control of our mind, the dream state can easily degenerate into bad dreams. Nightmares are connection with lower astral worlds of turbulence, violence, desire, anger, and hatred. Without control of our emotion, our dream reality will remain agitated. Now we are going to discuss about third stage, deep sleep, Sushupti. We discussed about Jagrat, awakening stage, and sleeping stage, Swapna stage. Now deep sleep, Sushupti Avastha. Sushupti Avastha, deep sleep stage. In this stage, we don't see any dream. And soul is called as Prajna, where the soul is in awareness of itself as pure awareness, enjoying the bliss. That means, some of us, we always used to say, today I sleep so nicely, deep sleep, I didn't see any dream, nothing else, deep sleep. So, deep sleep draw as us into a realm of unmanifested consciousness, in which everything is obscured and brought back to its seed form. Deep sleep is easy to overlook, but function as the source and support of the state of waking and dreaming, without which they could not function. It is the ultimate state of rest or renewal that we look forward to them we go to sleep. In deep sleep, there is a mergence into the heart in which we all feel peace, rest, and gain renewal. We are not aware of ourselves in the state, but only holds its essence. We awaken feeling we have slept well. Deep sleep is blissful sleep in which we naturally experience happiness in our inmost seat, etc. Just like Annamaya Kosh. It gives us access to the thought based on samadhi. It also gives a practice of death. Deep sleep is just like a practice of death. The root of our human incarnation dwells in the state of deep sleep, in which we return to the divine source of our being, through unknowingly. In deep sleep, we go back to our inner flame of awareness, in which our energy and awareness get cleansed and vitalized for another day. But our experience in deep sleep is covered over by the deep ignorance and forgetfulness of Maya, illusions of the world. We hardly notice our sojourn, sojourns in deep sleep unless we fail to sleep properly, in which case tiredness and fatigue can dominate all is what we do. Deep sleep balance our prana, vital years. Without deep sleep, our immunity, our endurance and patience collapse, leading ultimately to collapse of our body and mind. In Vedic thought, deep sleep is understood as the Mula Avidya, root ignorance. It presents the primary barrier to any higher consciousness. It is a kind of darkness or unknowing that conceals the greater reality of universal consciousness with us. Yet, it is also the main potential doorway to the liberation of consciousness. If we learn to examine it, understand and move beyond it, deep sleep is our natural samadhi or unity of state. Cultivating samadhi in meditation is a means of moving behind and beyond deep sleep. Until we learn to move beyond deep sleep through a deeper awareness, we will remain bound by karma, desire, birth, and death. Non-being, darkness, and death are the nature of our consciousness. On this side of deep sleep, bright being, light, and immortality arise once we cross over deep sleep into your wakeful awareness, the inner light. Crossing our death is not possible without crossing over deep sleep. That is the alchemical journey of the soul, which involves a transformation with our own core, awareness and self-identity. Buddha reached up to zero, but not above zero. There is above the zero stage also in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Now let's talk about the fourth Turiya, super consciousness, Turiya Avastha. The deep sleep state in which the soul is called as the Turiya, where the soul is beyond the above three states of awareness. That is the soul in its original law state of inert energy with full ignorance about God. Now, there is also Turiyatita 5. This is added scriptures, our literatures. They speak of fifth state called Turiyatita, beyond the fourth. For some, this is the most profound superconscious state attainable. For others, it is beyond all form of consciousness. When we become fully established in Turiya, no longer identified with the mind, we enter into the state of Turiyatita and ultimately have the great non-experience of Nirvikalpa, Samadhi. The highest form of self-realization. The Mandala Brahmana Upanishad says there are 5 states. They are Jagrata, waking states, Swapna, dreaming states, Sushupti, dreamless, sleeping, deep sleep, Turiya, the fourth, Turiyatita, the beyond the fourth. The primary energy is the ultimate existence, is Sat, with respect to the knowledge of the soul. Hence, Veda says that the soul dissolves in Sat, in the deep sleep, and does not know about anything because the primary energy is inert. This primary energy is the basic homogeneous material cause of this entire universe and can be called as Brahma in the sense of that it is the greatest in the world or in the imaginable items. Now, there is no objection if you say that the soul dissolved in the primary energy, that is Sat, which is inert, and the soul is in the state of full ignorance of anything, including itself, and God and the soul thus becomes the Brahma, which is the primary energy. The entire argument of Advaita is correlated in this way, and yet God is not touched by the soul, because God is beyond such Brahma and is called as Parabrahma. Turiya ends understanding above the zero also. This is the difference between the Buddhisms and Sanatana Dharma. Had Buddha gone through the Veda, Tantra and Bhagavad Gita literature, he would have contributed more wisdom to the people of the world. This may be a reason that he did not believe in Supreme God. Today I understand that I have my own reservations without understanding by Lord Buddha how he understood there is zero. That means, in my opinion, Lord Buddha is above the zero. In this context, I also consulted with my Param Guru, Sri Trikuteswarananda. He also mentioned, Lord Buddha is above the zero, not within the zero. That is why there must be some correction in the literatures, not only by the Sanatana Hindu Dharmas, but also they should discuss and identify what is right, what is wrong by the Buddhist sages and seers. So this is the things. Not only that, now anyone who want to talk with the Lord Buddha can come in Om Shri Trikuta Gurudhams. They can see Lord Buddha and they can talk also. You can see, you can watch YouTube the lecture given by the John Michael Mandarlini. He is from United States of America, New York. So you can see YouTube what he has explained about the Buddhas. So anyone who are interested really where is Lord Buddha, you can see in Om Shri Trikuta Gurudham, the only place in the universe. Not only I am talking about this on the earth. Om Shri Trikuta Gurudham is the place, meeting place. Meeting place is the point, central point to assemble all the God and Goddess and sages and seers. So I request all of you who are interested in the whole worlds. Okay, last times in Nepali I discussed Dr. Keshav Subedi, Prapti Thapa, Uttam Pathak, Subhash Tulung Rai, Pratap Jang Kuwar, Sarad Marasini, Gyanendra Kuwar, Bina Karki, and Uday Raj Adhikari. They ask many questions in terms of the what is zero, what is dot, what is difference dot and zero. Also, what is the relation between the soul and subtle body, Sushma Sharir, gross body, what is the difference between the gross body, what is the difference between soul, relation with subtle bodies. In this context, I had given about the Atma, soul. What type of Atma? According to Tantra, there are 9 Atma, 9 souls. That is living souls, inner souls, far souls, understanding souls, flying soul, Then sound souls, Nada Atma, and dot souls, Bindu Atma, Shuddha Atma, the pure souls. So, Jivatma, Antaratma, Paratma, Bodhatma, Khesaratma, Nada Atma, Bindu Atma, Shuddha Atmas. That is why this we can, therefore, uh, which souls? But in my opinions, whatever our living soul, they are existing in our body. In our body, that body, this is related to the living souls. Living soul is directly related to the Mother Earth. As we understand, we were 9 months in the belly of our mother. So whatever eating, smelling, whatever thing, breathings, everything based on mother. Similarly, nowadays, 4.8 billion people are breathing, inhaling, exhaling, whatever. This is the breathing of Mother Earth. This is called living souls. When there is question of soul, soul is outside our body. That is directly related to the sun. Sun is directly related to the Supreme God. That is why, so, relation between our soul and a subtle body, also there is relations. Not only subtle bodies, above the subtle body there is a cause body, then the great cause bodies, there is a Hamsa body, Mahamsa body, Kaivalya body, then Paramahamsa. Therefore, there are so many steps. So, these are the things. When last time we discussed about what is the difference between point and zero. Zero is just like, take the example, zero, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. This is zero. Tomorrow is also same. This is called what? Morning. This is called what? In Nepali, Kala. Morning Kala, and Madhyana Kala, Sayam Kala, and Ratri Kala. So this is called zero. But when there is a question of bindu, dot, point, that means, this dot means here in America and Nepal, just difference. This morning here in the evening, but in the morning in the America, that means difference. This morning time is difference. That is also fact in America. Evening in Nepal is also fact. That is why this is zero. When there is a question, what is the similar? Everywhere in the world. That is 60 seconds makes 1 minute, 60 minutes makes 1 hour. This is same in America, Nepal, everywhere in the world. This is never change, either past, present, or future. That is the fact. That is the truth. This is the bindu. This is the point. This is the dot. This is the difference. That is why they have also asked. They have gone through my book, Supreme God. So they wanted to understand about the two finding. Why Nepal is the nucleus to the creation of the whole universe. Yes, Nepal is the nucleus to the creation of the whole universe. Take the example, in 2015, NASA also declared in July, I have quoted the Himalaya Times, in July, Nepal is the nucleus, center point of our solar systems, particularly our Himalaya. Sorry. Therefore, our solar system is nucleus of our galaxy, Our galaxy is the nucleus of our universe. Our universe is the nucleus of the multiple universe. In this context, scientists also already proved. Sorry. When there is a question of the point, dot is also, dot means, dot consists of sound, nada. Dot consists of nada, sound. Sound is the seed to the creation of the whole universe. That is why there is a combination of nada and sound. Nada, sound means dot. And sound is Supreme God. Dot means Supreme Goddess. Or we can say Nada is Shivaji. Dot is Parvati. Take the example, dot, what is the difference in our, we can, sorry, we can give examples. We can give example about the our own body. This is our head. Our head is Brahma. It consists of Ida. Ida is above our eyebrow, left eyebrow. Pingla is right eyebrow. Left eyebrow is moon. Right eyebrow is sun. Middle of the eyebrow, this where we put tika, that is fire. This three dot, it makes. So, the three dot. On the other hand, our eye and mouth, three dot. Our ear and mouth, three dot. Our two nose and mouth, three dot. Similarly, we can say dot about Vishnu. This neck to up to navel, that is Vishnu. We have chest, breast, 2 point, and navel, 3 point, 3 dot. Similarly, we can say about below this one, what we say Mahesh, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh also, we have 3 dot. Just like our second organ, 2 point, and mixed organ, 3 points, 3 dot. With the second organ. So these are things. Not only that, take the example of this. Our whole head, 1 dot, head to this navel, 1 dot, below 1 dot, 3 dot. Similarly, our hand also, this 1 dot, elbow 1 dot, our shoulder 1 dot. Both hands. Our finger also, 3 dot. 1, 2, 3. 3 dots. So we have 3. Similarly, our leg also, hip 1 point, knee 1 point, then ankle 1 point. Similarly, finger also. Everywhere 3. Triangles, That is why, triangles meaning very important. It consists of around 43 triangles in Sri Yantra. That is why everywhere dot is very important. Dot is dot, 0 is 0. I told you because this is male is dot, female is 0. You can imagine yourself. This is the example. That is why I declared the two finding since 2010 up to now 10 years, no one commented about my finding. So I humbly request to all the modern scientists and spiritual scientists, if you find any new things, Nepal is not a nucleus of the creation of the whole universe. So you give fact and truth with example. Where is the place? Which country is the nucleus? Otherwise, I did research 37 years. So I found through research, Nepal is the nucleus, central point to the creation of the whole multiple universe. This is one point. Another point is the creation of whole universe is because of the Nagabindu point. So the sound is here. You take the example, I have already mentioned, head, chest, and below. So all points are in Nepal. Swayambhunath, Muktinath, and Pashupatinath. All evidence are in Nepal. So this all civilizations begins, genesis of this all civilization is Nepal. That is why last time I mentioned these things all. So today I want to say about the present problems, Nepal's and everywhere in the world about corona. Also, now many things, many participants, they ask me to speak about the problem in Nepal. Why always Nepal is getting problems? So why the Nepal's relation with India has been always very good on people levels, no doubt. But the government level between Nepal has been and India has been always ups and downs, along with the twist and turn in the history. Why? Why always interference? Why? For India, dictatorship is also not fit, not good like regime of Rana. Multi-party democracy is also not good for India. Partless panchayat system is also not good for India. Two-third majority government is also not fit for India, like BP Korala's Congress government. Republic system is also not good. Secular in religion is also not good. Federal system is also not good. Communist two-third majority government is also not fit for India. Then what is fit for India? The question is raising. That is why many persons are requested to talk about, because I did PhD in terms of Nepal-India relations, and I supervise Nepal-China relation also, and I am supervising the many scholars, research scholars, in terms of Nepal-India relations. So you should say some things. That is why I am telling about the present situation. Then what is fit for India? This is a major question. I understand India want to swallow Nepal without eating, based on the principle of Gandhi, Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Indira Gandhi. Unfortunately, the United States of America and European countries never accept to swallow of Nepal by India. This is the great hurdle for India. And China also never accept the Indian policy to swallow Nepal. Why America and European countries do not accept the policy of India? There is a question. They want to disintegrate China through the making base of Nepal. But after a part of India, they cannot play the role of disintegrate China. This is the thing, this is the reality. Thanks God, in my opinion, thanks God, many European countries, United States, UNMIN, and Indian play a great role to destroy the Nepal through the Maoist PLA within 10 years to establish UNPKF, United Nations Peacekeeping Force, to make just like East Timor to Nepal. In this context, Supreme Court played vital roles in favor of Nepal. These 10 years periods, what is the outcomes? Let's talk about the outcomes. Maoists could not capture even a small village within 10 years. This was a great defeat of Sixth World War. Why I am declaring Maoist insurgency, Maoist war was Sixth World War. Why? All the powerful, America involved, European countries involved, India involved, UNMIN also involved. Only except China. But this power they use the leader of China, Mao. They use Mao also. But actually the government of China, they didn't help to establish Maoist movements. So this was the World Wars, Sixth World War. Why Sixth World Wars? Let me say, the First World War was in golden age between goddess and demons in Nepal. Second World War was in silver age between Rama and Ravana in Nepal. World War was in copper age between Kaurava and Pandava in Nepal. Fourth World War was on July 28, 1940 to November 11, 1918 between Austria, Hungary and Germany against Russia, Belgium, Great Britain, France and Serbia. Fifth World War was from 1905 between Axis power, Germany, Italy and Japan, and Allied powers, France, Great Britain, US, USSR, lesser extent to China also. Now that is why the Sixth World War was between Nepal army and the Nepali Maoist PLA from 1996 to 2006. Now I want to declare Seventh World War is running through COVID-19. About Eighth World War may be possible due to the present situation among the countries in the world, particularly India and China and Taiwan, and Pakistan and India, now in the Middle East, Armenia. So this is happening. So this is the sixth. Eighth World War may be possible. Then number two outcome is 10 years war gave unprecedented benefit to Nepali people through the political awareness, fundamental rights, human rights, justice and equality, transparency, identity of all culture and clan, national right to speak, to write, to publish, and many media like Facebook, etc. This is a great contribution of the 10 years, what we say, Sixth World War. Number three is important. The greatest contribution was in terms of national security interests of Nepal. For example, Nepal Army, Armed Police, Nepal's Department of Intelligence were total about 100,000. But now we have 200,000. On top of this, our total population is that 30 millions. Out of 30 millions, 15 millions are now guerrilla army in Nepal. Out of 15, 5 millions went outside the countries for job. 5 millions are old persons. 5 millions are child. Total Nepal 2 lakh and 1 crores 2 lakh plus 1 crore 50 lakhs, which are more than the total army of India and China. So they became army men without giving training, salary, shelter, education, medical, pension, and other facility, without expense of Nepal government. This is a great contribution, given by India, America, European countries, and INGO and UNMINS. This all because the outcome of the Sixth World War benefited to Nepal. That means we have they wanted to destroy, but Nepal became much more powerful. All management managed by India, European countries, the USA, INGO, etc. This became a lottery of Nepal in terms of national security interest. They need only arms and ammunition for guerrilla warfare. I believe this is a gift of Supreme God for Nepal. Number 4, outcome of the Sixth World War is they wanted to destroy all the infrastructure of economic development and security affairs. They did also in 75 degrees, but not, success. They wanted to reduce only 10,000 army from about 100,000. In this contest, former Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal also tried his best to do this, but he could not. They wanted to dance, these all countries who funded the Maoist movement, established Maoist, to destroy Nepal, to establish UNPKF. They wanted to dance in Nepal after sending 5 million young boys and girls in foreign countries for job. Fortunately, our young peoples on doing hard work and begin to remittance their motherlands for the security of old person and children. It reached up to about 10 trillions in a year. Economically, also we became success to maintain our life of Nepal. What they thought, they became totally failure because of the blessing of Supreme Court. They established the system of secular, federal, republic, but they are not working because of the uncontrolled, unchecked, extensive and widespread rampant corruptions today. The young generations are standing to give punishment to the agent of those countries or organizations who were responsible to establish the Maoist movement. That means Sixth World War. So, 9th point, Mother Earth is giving punishment to those countries who established the Maoist insurgency to destroy Nepal and Nepali people through the COVID-19. China understood. China understand the spiritual power of Nepal and people's power of Nepal through the history. Just like during the Bahadur Shah in 1789 and during the Janga Bahadur Rana in 1856. We must understand those external power. They should understand what is the position of Nepal. What was the position of Nepal? Alexander the Great could not come in Nepal. He returned for home after injury in Indian village. Muslim rulers about 1000 years were in India attacked in 1349 AD by Shamsuddin Elias Shah of Bengal, but became failures. In January 1762, 7th Nawab Sultan Mir Qasim attacked Nepal with the help of British, but became failure. Why they wanted to attack? The reason was to destroy the Sanatana Hindu Dharma and Buddha Dharma, along with to capture highest Himalaya mountains, trade routes with Tibet. So, I would like to suggest to all the countries, Nepali people are hard-working, peace-loving, painstaking, based on its own identity of independence, national flags, Swayambhunath, Muktinath, and Pashupatinath, and so forth. So our policy is live and let live. Don't try to destabilize Nepal. Otherwise, you will definitely get punishment by Supreme God. Supreme God is watching leaders of Nepal and other countries who are involving to destroy Nepal. You all should learn lesson from the past, like China. Learn the lesson from the past history. Just like Alexander's Great Britain, the then superpower, about more 1,000 years tried to control Nepal, but became failures. Muslim and our Christian. I suggest to India, don't try to control Nepal. There is a saying, you can fool some of the people all of the times, some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the times. Now the people, coming generation, they understand these things. So don't try. Now Nepalis are standing to sacrifice their life for the national security of Nepal. At the end, about the present problems of the world, I must say again, Param Guru Sri Tirukoti Swarananda discovered not only for the COVID-19, but other diseases also to cure. Some are 100% guarantee, and some are 1000% guarantee to cure many diseases. We made the Minister of Health, State Minister, advisors, and the Director General of the Health Ministry. They also tested all the products, and Om Shri Tirukota Gurudham also gave them a gift productions. Finally, if the Nepal government really begins to produce the Ayurvedic medicines based on Param Guru's formula, Nepal will definitely one of the richest country in the world, because we are number one country in medicine plants in the world. We have number one formula discovered by Param Guru. Then what is the duty of government? Does the government think to cure COVID-19 is a sin? Why don't promote the best medicine? Why is controlling the government? Who is controlling the government? Why people are suffering from hospitals every day? Who is creating such type of environment to destroy Nepal and Nepali people? I therefore request, inform all the leaders of civil society to understand above mentioned facts and truth. I believe all young leaders, boys and girls, are getting great blessing from goddess and gods to achieve their goal. You are not alone. There is a saying, if Supreme God with us, who can be against us? Finally, I would like to thank to all participants who are watching live video. This much is for today. You all are welcome to ask questions. I will try my best to give answers. Today, I am very sorry. Binod Shrestha, thank you very much for watching. Bhushal, Yuvaraj Bhushal is watching. Thank you very much. Usha Pasnet is also watching. Thank you very much. Oh, so many. Oh, many. How many? My God. Pawan Khadka is watching. Rajendra Dhakal is watching. केशव सुवेदी, राजकुमार अधिकारी, उदय चापागाई, हमाल बाबू, हमाल, Keshav Subadi, asking question, is there any relation between Jagrat Avastha and spiritual concentrations? Please clarify. Okay, Jagrat Avastha, which is working states and meditations. Yes, there is connections. So, in Jagrat Avastha, we can do, we are doing. Working state also we can do concentrations. Just you how to control your mind. Take the example, concentrate Jagrata. Suppose you are driving car, your car handle, the steering is mind. You should know how to control the mind through intellect. Intellect means how to change our gear, how to change our these clutch, accelerator. So intellect can control the minds in working Jagrata Avastha, working stage. So mind is always going left side, right side, front side, back side, but intellect always controls. And what is then? What is the destination? That is the chitta. When you reach there, you say, I dropped, and I brought, minimum times. For example, if we are going to Pokhara, then if we reach there within 5 hours, that means we say after driving, we reach there. Oh, I drive not so nicely, peacefully, without any problems. That is ego. That is why we should control our mind. Then we can concentrate. If without, only mind is very, very difficult to control without intellect. Through concentrations, this is the great practice, There are so many things you should understand. Kapindra Thapa is watching, Uday Chapagai, Amal Babu Ham, then Uday Chapagai, Santosh Bikram Khan is watching, Dhruva Sapkota is watching, Yadav Silwal is watching, Anjana Lamichhane watching, and Dirga Bikram Saha is watching. Many thanks for watching. Dr. Keshavadi, he clearly explained about deep sleep, its stage and advantage for body and mind. Thank you very much, Sri Om Prabhu. So, I mentioned clearly about the deep sleep. Deep sleep means, we don't get any dreams. That is called zero. That is why I mentioned deep sleep means zero. That is why Lord Buddha reached only up to zero, not above the zero. This was the saying by, Sanatana Hindu Dharma. But advantage for body and mind, very good, If we have deep sleep, if we have deep sleep, our mind will fresh. If we have always in dreaming, fighting, violence, that is disturbance of our sleeping, our body affects, We cannot work next day. You are Thakuri watching, thank you. Rajan Karki, thank you very much. Dinesh Bhandari, okay. Mahesh Dhakal watching. Parmochan watching, thank you very much. Singh Thakuri, watching. Anju Singh Sai watching. Thank you very much. David Martial Arts trainer is watching. Thank you very much. And Bir Singh Chetri is watching. Thank you very much. Indira Thapa, Min Bahadur Sen, Binod Shrestha, Yuvraj Bhushal, Usha Basnet, Udghosh, Shamsher Janga Bahadur Rana watching. Thank you very much. And Jitpal Kirat is watching. Many thanks, because first time, I am using my mobile, but I could not manage it nicely, so my face could not come clearly now, but that is why I am very sorry for my mistake. So, this much for today. Thank you for watching, your painstaking and patience. Supreme God bless all of you for your happiness in your body, peace in your mind, and comfort in your soul. Thank you. Shri Om Prabhu.